present is now their quarterback of the near future. Six-time Super Bowl champ Tom Brady, who just turned 42, reportedly agreed to a 2-year, $70 million extension, making him just the 6th highest-paid quarterback this season. Yesterday, he tweeted, "I got a chance to hold my draft card a few hours ago. Never forget where you came from." Bark, did you like the deal?
I love the deal because we knew that this would happen. And when he said he was going to play to 45, we all kind of chuckled at it and thinking that the game would retire him.
We chuckled at it when he was 40 and 41 and a little bit of 42, but not really anymore.
And I would argue this and say that, you know, maybe this team coming in this year is better than the one that he had last year. Now, the big question mark would be how would they replace Gronkowski? But when you think about what they've added with Demaryius Thomas, you think about, you know, the depth that they now have with the offensive line. And the Patriots are great at cherry picking off of other people's roster within the division. So they bring in Mike Purnell to kind of a guy that really didn't have a big role with the Jets, but he'll just be a space eater, bringing back Jamie Collins. So now they have more depth, you know, guys that have been successful there, left, figured out that the grass wasn't greener on the other side, comes back. You know, so this team is dangerous again. And now you talk about giving, you know, Brady that deal, frees up $5.5 million. They've been linked potentially to trading for Trent Williams. So now if they get Trent Williams, now they take Isaiah Wynn, who was their first-round draft pick from last year, move him to right, and blah, blah, blah. I don't know how they keep doing it. It's driving me crazy.
Well, the Trent Williams thing, I think, could potentially be real if they think they could get him signed to a reasonable extension, because obviously that's why he's not showing up at Washington, and that would be a tremendous addition for them after going from Nate Solder, who they lost in free agency, and then Trent Brown, who was piecemeal for a year but played really well, then got that huge deal with the Raiders. If they then upgrade to Trent Williams, who's a multiple-time All-Pro, and now they do have the flexibility. They also have the flexibility to sit back, let this cap space roll over into next year. For Brady, it's outstanding because, like you said, Jenna, he wants to play till he's 40. More. Now, I'm certain if Brady were to fall off a cliff, something tragic were to happen, they're going to be able to get out of this deal, as the Patriots almost always do. They're year to year. But you look at their team, and they now have the following people signed up for this year and next year. Tom Brady, all their running backs, Julian Edelman and the first-round pick N'Keal Harry, 4 of their 5 offensive linemen, Michael Bennett, Dante Hightower, their entire secondary except for Devin McCourty. So that's basically every relevant Patriot except for 1 or 2, a guard and Devin McCourty, are locked in for the next 2 years. So this is the team that won the Super Bowl, minus Gronk, plus Michael Bennett, and that first-round pick at wide receiver. That's the team you're going to see this year, and if they want to, the team you're going to be able to see next year.
The thing I talked to Belichick about, too, was how they won their first 3 Super Bowls compared to how they won their last 3. This last one, though, you would say was more like the first 3 that they won. I was providing anecdotes for what they're getting ready to do this year. He was looking at me and shaking his head, but he didn't verbally agree. Right. He just chuckled. I said, "Coach, you're getting ready to create this style just like you did for your first 3. You're getting ready to physically just go out here and attack people." Right. With that defense, the secondary's the best. Don't have the offensive weapons, but not like Patriot form. He uses that first-round draft pick to go out and get the kid from Arizona State. And I talked to Herm Edwards, his coach, and he said this kid's like Des Bryant. He can be a possession receiver, should be great in the red zone. So watch this kid after we get past Halloween. All right, they're going to be physical early, developing their team, might have a loss here or 2. Everyone will give up on them. Barr to be on TV saying, "Oh, man, they're done," and everything. Jenna and I would be like, hey, hang in there, and then try to develop him later in the season, him and Edelman, to lead their offense.
And, you know, what the Patriots do such a great job is they give themselves scheme flexibility with their personnel. They can line up, and they're a burger. I call them the Burger King. How you want it, right? So if you want to be a physical finesse defense, like you watch the Chargers come in, we're going to bludgeon you to death with the fullback. So like what's old is new in the league, because now the Patriots are going against the trend. They can ground and pound you, but they know their quarterback, if you need him to air it out, make a play, he's equipped to make a play. I was talking to a running back who's been in the league for a long time, great player, and I asked him, how's he playing so much? How's he still playing at such a high level so late in his career? And he was like, "Bart, man, these players, football players nowadays are dumb." He was like, they don't study, they don't pay attention. And I look at the success of the older quarterbacks, they don't have to pay the price because they just pretty much outthinking these young guys with schemes. I've watched Tom Brady motion from empty back to the backfield, count the box, and run the play opposite direct snap. And it's like it's old to me because I've seen it over and over again, but it's new to these guys, and they don't do their studying. Now with this social media, guys are just living in their own life, man. They don't pay attention. I watch how dumb they are. They don't pay attention to the nuances of the game, and these older quarterbacks can survive because they're just pretty much outthinking them. It has nothing to do with their physical ability.
And Sean McVay basically admitted, I lost that Super Bowl. He said early in that game,
he was a fanboy.
He realized I was not ready and did not have my team prepared.
What surprises me so much is that a team with no Rob Gronkowski, no great receivers on it, and Tom Brady at age 42, most of you, if not all, everyone here at this table thinks they're going to be better than they were last year. Is there a position on this team that you're worried about?
I don't know that I think they're going to be better than they were last year.
I think they're going to be better.
You do think so?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I think they'll be better in the regular season.
Where are you concerned then? Like, what's your biggest concern?
I think that some of the issues that they had last year could show up again this year. I also think that there's a possibility teams saw what they were able to do in the playoffs and the Super Bowl, and it won't catch them off guard as much. Now, they will still win double-digit games. They will still win the division. Like, nobody doubts that. But last year they won the Super Bowl. So do I think they're going to be better than last year? I'm not ready to say that, but I'm not. They're showing no signs of decline. They're showing that the only real negative from last year to this year is the loss of Rob Gronkowski, which I think will show up on big third downs and in the blocking game, but they have been able to replace everyone else.
Their defense is better.
Yes.
That's the difference. Before, their defense was a liability. Secondary's intact. They bring Jamie Collins back, who's a Swiss Army knife. They know how to use them. Nobody else in the league seems to know how to use them.
They only got two middle linebackers weigh 250.
Right, exactly. And guys that can play on the line in a 3-4 scheme or move back in the box and be able to still cover and still attack you that way. And then I'm looking at what they're able to do. We're going to get Chase Winovich, who's a natural pass rusher, who they're going to use like Nikovic, and they're going to scheme him up. He's a natural pass rusher from Michigan, who I felt was a sleeper in this draft.
The problem, Nick, is even though if I play the Chargers again, the Chargers can't put in 3 game plans. New England can. Even if I play Baltimore, if I play them, if I play Kansas City, they can't adapt the way New England can. They went to training camp saying, you know something, defensively, we got so much talent. You know what we're going to do? We're going to play a 34, and we're going to play a 43, and we're going to roll it out when we want it to roll out. Yeah. I believe New England, their defense, going to be better than they were last year.
All right, we got to take a break. Bart, stick around. Coming up, is it crazy to suggest that Dak and Tom Brady are similar? Hear from Jerry Jones next on First Things First.
Jerry doing that talking.